Hi, I'm Rob Flores, Vice President of Sustainability for Berry Global, and I'm glad to introduce you to our 2020 Impact Report. We've split the content into 5 sections: what drives us, environmental, social, governance, and the appendix where we provide additional in-depth ESG data, as well as recognize the full list of sites that had 0 safety incidents. As always, we open up the report with a message from our CEO, Tom Salmon. I'm really thankful to have Tom setting the tone at the top. He wants Berry to continue our leadership, and he drives all of us to be our best. His note touches on a variety of topics, including the resilience of our people throughout the pandemic, our relentless focus on safety, our efforts to accelerate the transition to a circular economy, and finally, our customer promise, to deliver innovations for the world. As Tom says, continued collaboration across the value chain while elevating our expertise will pave the way to solve whatever challenge comes next. Moving into what drives us, we believe in a more sustainable future. Through our Impact 2025 sustainability strategy, we have 3 major focus areas: products, performance, and partners. Focusing on minimizing our product impacts, minimizing our operational impacts, and maximizing our positive impacts through our partners. We believe strongly in continuous improvement. For those of you that have been watching closely, you'll hopefully notice that we modified our Impact 2025 sustainability strategy from last year, and we already have some more changes in the works to make our efforts even bolder. Focusing on the most recent changes, we've made multiple additions in the partners section to better emphasize employees, our most important partner, as well as better highlight our efforts on governance. Our strategy was previously focused on environmental sustainability, but we want our stakeholders to know that we are focused on not only E, but also S and G. As you scroll down on this page, you'll notice 2 things I want to point out. First of all, recognition from Sustainalytics, arguably the most well-known ESG ratings agency. You can see that they have rated Berry as having low ESG risk, and ultimately ranked us in the top decile in the global universe they evaluate, as well as the 13th percentile for the containers and packaging industry. Despite already being rated very highly, we still aren't satisfied. The other call out at the bottom of this page is the UN SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals. This year was the first year Berry aligned with the SDGs. If you click the link on this page, we have a separate SDG alignment document. Between our corporate initiatives and many diverse product lines, we ultimately aligned with 16 of the 17 SDGs. Moving to the next page, we summarized our announcements from throughout 2020, as well as how they aligned with the SDGs. On this page, we summarize many highlights from throughout 2020. Some of these we'll touch on later, so I just want to call out a few. We set another record for overall percent PCR, as well as announced a closed-loop recycling program with Georgia Pacific. On performance, we set a new record for renewable energy use and achieved ISCC Plus certification at 7 sites, which is just in 2020. We're actually now up to 18 sites that are ISCC Plus certified, which we believe is more than any other company globally. For partners, we've driven down our total recordable incident rate for the 4th year in a row, and we also continue to increase transparency. Here, we provide a company overview, including our mission and values. This chart is a great summary of our manufacturing footprint. With 285 sites on 6 continents, we strive to be a global partner with local service. This page has my letter summarizing 2020. We accomplished a lot this year, from a wildly successful Certified Plastics Ambassadors program to the global activation of our workforce as part of the Altogether Global Cleanup, and everything in between. Berry made significant progress to a circular, net zero economy. Here, we highlight just a few of the many benefits of plastics. We are a proud plastics company. We believe plastics are critical to limiting global warming and achieving a net zero economy. But we also recognize the seriousness of plastic waste. And that is why we are committed to a circular economy. We have not only committed to 100% of our fast-moving consumer goods packaging to be reusable, recyclable, or compostable by 2025. We're also taking ambitious steps to increase our use of recycled content. This graphic highlights that after our latest announced expansion, we'll have over 300 million pounds of mechanical recycling capacity. Berry is best known as a converter, but as you can see, we are also a major recycler. To complement our mechanical recycling capacity, we have also partnered with our resin producers to accelerate advanced recycling. By 2025, we'll have access to over 300 million pounds of advanced recycling. By driving demand for post-consumer plastic, we will give value to post-consumer plastic and in plastic waste. Here, we begin to focus on our operations. We therefore have a message from Rogers Greenwald, EVP of Operations. He highlights some of the issues COVID-19 presented us and how Berry was able to overcome those challenges, including a 7% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. Here we summarize performance on our key operational impacts. As mentioned, we reduced absolute emissions 7% year over year. We continue to be ahead of schedule on our goal to reduce Scope 1 and 2 emissions intensity 25% by 2025, having already reduced emissions intensity 19% versus our 2016 baseline. That was in no small part to our increased use of renewable energy. We purchased over 165,000 megawatt hours of renewable energy in 2020, a new company record. As we drive towards circularity, everyone is curious about our PCR consumption. Here we provide breakdowns of our PCR use by region and resin type. Regarding water, we reduced absolute consumption 2% year over year. One of our certified plastics ambassadors implemented multiple water reduction projects at our sites that use the most water-intensive processes. On waste, we recycle the vast majority of waste we generate. Admittedly, our landfill waste did increase year over year. Despite that, we still made progress on our total number of zero waste sites. Now, we are switching over to the product section. When partnering with Berry on your sustainability goals, customers experience the benefits of more. More expertise, more capabilities, more scale, and more investments. That is why we have so many exciting products to feature, including this bottle we produce for Boomy. It is made from green polyethylene, derived from sugarcane. There are tremendous greenhouse gas benefits for Braskam's green PE compared to conventional polyethylene. We are also very proud of our detectable black packaging. Conventional black colorants are based on carbon black, which cannot be detected by near-infrared optical sortation, the most common method to sort plastics at material recovery facilities. By using an alternative black colorant, we are still able to achieve an excellent appearance while sufficiently modifying the colorant enough that it can be detected and properly sorted in recycling facilities. Infinity Quartz is another great innovation. This premium jar can be produced with PCR and is also designed to be refillable or reusable. I would also like to highlight our tethered closures. Bottle caps are one of the most littered items. By tethering the cap to the bottle, we are able to prevent it from being accidentally discarded. This also complies with the EU directive for tethered closures. Here, I want to highlight the bright colors we were able to achieve with 95% PCR in the PCR Ambient DO 2000 line. Mixed color PCR is often downgraded into dark colors. Through our internal recycling capabilities and color sorting expertise, we are able to consistently achieve these bright colors. The Swiss Miss package is an excellent example of the innovation and design expertise in our Blue Clover studios. We redesigned a multi-material composite with a mono-material nestable container. This both improved the recyclability of the package as well as significantly reduced its carbon footprint. On this page, we highlight many of our efforts to provide education, including our webinar series, which we began in fiscal 2020. We had over 3,500 attendees across our various webinars, and over 90% said they learned something new that they could apply in their jobs. The last page I'm going to cover is our partners. At Berry, we believe strongly in partnership. We are able to accomplish so much more by partnering with others than we would be able to achieve on our own. Furthermore, the bold, audacious goals of a circular net zero economy will require collaboration across the value chain.
When we think of sustainability, we think of the environment. However, environmental sustainability is really just one facet of sustainability. Social responsibility is also critical to Berry's success and long-term growth because it involves our absolute number one asset, our people. We include not only our employees in this, but also our customers, our suppliers, our communities, and our shareholders. Social responsibility is about developing our employees both personally and professionally, ensuring diversity and equality in everything we do, and keeping our employees safe. At the end of the day, we want our employees around the globe to feel connected and heard because that's how we thrive as individuals and as a company. We're passionate about our One Berry culture, and we want our employees to be passionate about it as well. In terms of employee development, our goal is to provide access to professional development opportunities regardless of role, geography, or spoken language. We are very proud of our many development programs that cover every aspect of our business. Prior to COVID, we were able to launch a few pilot programs in person. For example, we hosted our Operations Development Program in EMEA, which is a 4-day program aimed at preparing operations leaders for the next career step into plant manager roles. In addition to sessions on managing a P&L, We cover topics such as leading high-performing teams and creating trusted relationships. We are especially proud of our Certified Plastics Ambassadors Academy, which was developed with the Cambridge Institute of Sustainability Leadership and held at Cambridge University in the UK. Participants had access to global experts, NGOs, and some of our largest customers to discuss the impact of plastic waste on the environment and brainstorm solutions to the problem. Participants completed short and long-term goals to drive sustainability at Berry and completed really excellent projects such as a water savings project in France and in the Netherlands, recycling schemes for used Tubex tree shelters for large reforestation programs, and collaboration with Stericycle to sterilize and recycle disposable surgical scrubs. After COVID, we pivoted to Zoom like a lot of companies did for instructor-led training. We hosted series such as the Summer Development Series, where senior leaders presented on topics such as emotional intelligence, diversity and inclusion, career development, and more. We hosted Partnering for the Planet, where there were 24 projects driven by our certified plastics ambassadors, and Working Remote, Leading Remote Teams, which shared best practices on topics such as managing employees remotely and parenting during the pandemic. One of my favorite topics at Berry to talk about is D&I. At Berry, we know that a diverse workforce and inclusive environment creates greater innovation, creativity, profitability, and overall happiness for our employees. We need all voices at the table, and our culture has to reflect that goal. This year, we have really honed our strategy for D&I. Our Diversity and Inclusion Director, as well as our D&I Network plug-in, have helped shape this strategy, and our 7 employee resource groups have also been instrumental in our mission. Our strategy includes 4 cornerstones. First, recruitment and development. We are actively seeking diverse applicants and training our employees to encourage and support any effort that is both diverse and inclusive. A positive employee experience, of course. Berry succeeds only when our employees feel like their contributions are valued and needed, and we are continually improving that. Customer and supplier engagement. We are seeking out opportunities to partner with customers and suppliers on our D&I initiatives. And with our communities, we are partnering with our local communities to make a positive impact. As we say at Berry, safety is our #1 priority. We have an unwavering commitment to keeping every employee safe every single day. All of our employees know how important safety is at Berry, and they are empowered to make safe decisions for themselves and their colleagues in the moment. Our OSHA rate is below industry standards, but we work every single day to get that number to 0. Even 1 injury is too many. As we say at Berry, safety doesn't happen by accident. We can't talk about social responsibility at Berry without talking about how we responded to COVID this year. The safety of our teams was, of course, first and foremost. Since Berry was deemed an essential workforce, most of our plants were running full shifts. So in conjunction with federal and local guidelines, we immediately put protocols in place at every location around the world that required hand sanitizing, face masks, advanced cleaning, social distancing, and limiting visitors. We also asked employees who could work remotely to do so to minimize risk. For our communities around the world, we donated supplies like face masks and gowns to hospitals to make sure our essential healthcare workers were protected. For our customers, we ramped up production of masks, disinfecting wipes, food packaging, and filtration materials, anything they needed to get it done. We received wonderful feedback from our customers about our speed and our safety during this time, but honestly, we are most proud of our employees, who are our heroes, who pulled together and worked tirelessly to produce essential products for the world.
Hi, I'm Chad Kleist, and I have the privilege of leading our Global Ethics and Compliance program. I joined Berry last August, that's right, mid-pandemic. And my focus for the Impact Report is around governance. Now, governance includes exactly what you think it does: rules, laws, regulations, even policies and procedures. But it's much more fundamental than that. It's about building an ethical culture, one that encourages our team members to be honest, fair, transparent, and to act with integrity. And at Berry, we do this in so many ways, but here's a couple of them. First, it starts with our Code of Business Ethics. This is truly the foundation for our ethical culture. It sets expectations for our team members and communicates to our business partners what we stand for. What's most exciting is that we're in the process of rewriting it, mostly to modernize it. Second, we bring our core values to life: partnership, excellence, growth, and most importantly, safety. You know, for some companies, these are just words on a wall, but here we live them. I cannot tell you how many times I see team members recognizing one another for upholding our values. It's not forced, it's just who we are. Along with policy management and creating an ethical culture, governance includes other areas as well, such as supporting efforts around human rights. Now, this is not only ensuring fair labor standards are met within our facilities, but holding our supply chain accountable as well. It also includes building an anti-bribery and anti-corruption program because we know that doing business the right way is the only way. There is no business deal that is so lucrative that we would be willing to compromise our values. And governance encompasses a host of other topics as well, such as creating a speak-up culture, our board structure, political contributions, and even risk management, among others. But to me, what makes governance so effective is that it cannot be practiced in a vacuum. Its true impact can only be felt when coupled with both environmental and social efforts.